just going to start reading 15 to 17. Pitch. Benson opened her locker and shrugged out her backpack, in the process stoling on it. She was the process of stowing it on the shelf, and the words jumping out of her top secret at the base of the narrow space sitting on her gym shoes was printed note, bring green paper, folded twice. She opened it up and began to read. You have been chosen for your special skills to do something that urgently needs to be done. To learn more, come to the ballroom at 3:30. Don't miss it. This will be worth your while. 3 money signs. Cha-ching. What's that? She whirled around to see Darn or something like that. His neck to read over his shoulder. Mind your own business, she barked angrily, snapping the note out of view. She refolded the paper and pocketed it. Now that what could that be about? Someone had obviously slipped it through vents in her locker door, but who and why? Why her only talent is rock climbing, and there weren't any mountains or anything near Cat somethingville. The whole thing was probably a joke, and behind it, she was expressing her displeasure, and with her fist, she slammed the locker shut. She'd know at 3:30. Dad, the athlete's foot inch is driving me crazy. Is there anything we could do? Logan Pullerman had never been so well prepared for the auction. He had rehearsed the line so many times that he knew it inside out. He understood every single subtitle shade of it, especially his character's motivation. He was someone who didn't want to be itchy anymore, who knew his father loved him enough to buy him the exact new product to make him feel better. The role had become so much of a part of him that it could sometimes feel like it was prickling irritation between his toes, that there were no directors in the commercials could overlook his performance. No way in the world, Dad. His athlete's foot itched that he was halfway through the speech again, and then he noticed the green piece of paper at the bottom of his locker. You have been chosen for your special skills. Special skills? Logan's heart beat faster. This could only mean some kind of acting job at the ballroom at 3 o'clock. He could hardly wait. Hey, Ursula Dukins wasn't sure to make the folded green invitation. She had been invited to anything special skills. What could that mean? She was a C student who didn't know a lot and kept it to herself. Maybe it was a mistake, the wrong locker, maybe the wrong Melissa. There was several others in the school that it must be a mistake. She would go at 3:30 just to explain the mix-up. The green top secret note crumpled into her pocket. Savannah stormed past the gym. She'd been halfway home before she changed her mind about this meeting. What loose sleep, wondering what the secrecy was about, as if she didn't already. Griffin being flawed off. Sidekick. The ballroom was actually a shortage area by the gym. It was piled high with broken tennis balls, shattered ping pong balls, ripped baseballs, cracked golf balls, squished soccer balls, leaky footballs and basketballs, lopsided medicine balls, underneath tether balls, and balls from sports no one even played, bouncy balls, water polo balls, rubber balls, even some that no one could identify. Coach Nimzitz or something could not bring himself to throw away a ball, and truly believed that one day he could find the right pump or patch, and all the equipment he would need is promote physical fitness for children. That was just a rubber horsehide yard. Gave Savannah a meeting already in progress along with Griffin and Ben. She was surprised to see Pitch, Logan, and Melissa longing to the soft piles of PE cast-offs. You too, Savannah. Spot, I knew it. This was your stupid baseball card, isn't it? Yeah, we're right to be angry, for Griffin told her seriously. We should have been honest with you from the very beginning, but we wouldn't want to make a mistake again. Pitch was bewildered. What's baseball card? What baseball card? Before going any further, Griffin said slowly, it will be I need your word that said in this room stays in this room, in or out. You can't tell anybody about this ever. No kids, no games. Seriously, this stuff is line serious money, but also trouble if anything goes wrong. If you don't think you can handle it, there's the door. Nobody moved, not even Savannah, who knew what was coming. Pitch spoke. All right, Griffin, you got our attention. What about it? A Babe Ruth card from 1920. What kind of collectors pay big bucks? Griffin gave them the whole story. That in the discovery of the old Rockford house, Swindle learned the whole from unsuccessful break into the store. So what? It's about the money, but not just the money, he concluded. Swindle saw a couple of kids take the advantage, and he think about it. We're going to show him he was wrong. Logan cleared his throat. How much money are we talking about? Equal shares, split 6 ways. Griffin replied, we can total the amount because it was sold on an auction, but the Rockford bottom sinking 200,000. Swindles sold in TV news. He caught it for over $1 million. Melissa performed circular through Adelaide. It's be in her head. That's 160,000. 160,000. I could buy a state-of-the-art computer and a building and build new wing to keep it in. Ben added, I could afford acting lessons from. Said Logan. I could take my family climbing at you. Exclaimed Pitch. It's Savannah was not exactly impressed. Yeah, that's a lot of money. I'd love to grow up knowing that I had enough money to pay through my veterinarian school. Who wouldn't? But what kind of cash comes easy? We're talking a robbery, not a Sunday picnic. You're right, said Griffin. Still, we need all to work together to pull it off. Break into Swindle's house through the skylight roof. Pitch comes with jobs, so here we'll get us. Like climbing our buildings instead of a mountain. The house will be an alarm system that's motion censored. Will be off. Who knows, because the Swindle's house guard dog keeps sleep in the house, and the dog's no joke, but Savannah can handle him. Deep down, he's a real sweetheart, Savannah said fondly. Melissa shook her head, clearing away from her face. So my role is the panel to disarm the alarm. Pitch regarded. It's an amazement you can do that. Ben shook his head. Doesn't matter what. Last thing we want is shut down the alarm system and a notified alert. And Melissa frowned. So what do you need me for? You know more about computers than anybody else in this town, Griffin replied. Can you hack into Swindle's email? Probably, but what for? We need to find a full-time what's going on about Swindle's house. A few hours that we can have him busting in when we're stealing our card back. Logan was confused. Where did I fit all of this in? I'm an actor, not a burglar. Swindle lives across the street from the great neighborhood. All of this noisy neighbors. Griffin replied, his name, he said the whole back under surveillance 24/7. His chair pointed at the Swindle's front door. You need to focus on your acting skills, making friends with this guy so you can distract him during the operation. Griffin was sent on a flutter success exercise ball using the beanbag chair. I know it sounds crazy, and this sounds dangerous, but you need to break down everybody doing their job. Not a single part is impossible. We just need to pull it all off, put the pieces together. I wonder we can do this now. Who's on board? How much do we have? Chapter 16. The silence was ear-piercing. Finally, Pitch spoke up. Count me in. Somebody got to teach this creep a lesson. Logan, me too. It's the ultimate challenge for an actor. Easy for you to say, Savannah. You'll be safe across the street. If the cops come and tell me you've never seen us before in your life, if they break in, but it isn't stealing, Griffin wanted. The card is ours. If anyone's stealing, it happened to be the Swindle. Who did it? Sure, Savannah sarcastically. That's the first thing that pops into a policeman's head. Catches a torching, two boys torching a safe. If it makes the payment car, Griffin argued, then I just like to see this is perfectly legal. That's exactly what we're doing. With a baseball card, and Melissa spoke up. I thought the note was in my locker was a big mistake, but I guess you guys really did want me. Of course we did, Ben assured her. But are you in or out? Oh, I'm in, she confirmed. That's the first time anybody ever asked me to do anything. Savannah was outraged. Picture of outrage. I would have bet 5 of those Babe Ruth cards that you guys were going to stand up and tell these two maniacs to stuff of what's the matter with you people. Griffin regarded her instantly. Come on down, Savannah. Yeah, right. I've got a choice. She raged. You fixed it, so I have to go along just to protect poor Luther. Ben couldn't believe his ears. Poor Luther. I can picture exactly how I'll pay out the bummer around the horse until she's got no choice but one bite. Then the ASPCA is going to want him to put it down. I'm sure there's going to be every single step with Luther. The audition is October 17th. That gives 5 days to make our move. We don't have to tell anybody the total secrecy. It must be. We can't walk away about this no matter. Oh, do you think you're keeping secrets? No best friends, no favorites, no grandmothers, no people. Oh, your pen pal in Hong Kong. No one else can know about this. When no pile of flat or volleyball news. Unless you, Ben said automatically. He then, hey, all began head tumbling down the direction. I moved ahead, broke the surface of the rock slide in Darrenville. His feet. How much have you here? Griffin demanded. All of it. Darren replied cheerfully. That's quite a plane you've got there. One of the funeral homes starting burying people in the lock bags. Some of it fell off the roof. You breathing this word. Take it easy. Shortly, Darren interrupted. I don't want to rat you out. I want pieces of the action. What are you talking about? Griffin snapped. A piece of what action? I want to go on the heist. No way, Griffin ruled. We picked a team fit for the plan. We should have opening for an obnoxious big mouth. You'll find the first person we call. You need me, Darren argued. You've got a climber, an actor, a computer geek, a dog handler. There must be one thing missing. Muscle. A baseball card isn't very heavy, Ben said, or something like that. Ben, but people are special. If you have them low ropes pulling up against the skylight, let's say I don't care how strong you are, Griffins, who you can call the shots. There are 6 of us and only one of you. Fine, but I have to walk out of here. I'm going straight to Mr. Pulmonary. Griffin stared at him, eyes to laser. You wouldn't dare. Darren seemed surprised. How daring, you know me? One of those two get into a ton of trouble. Griffin reads Darren's mocking expression and knows that very real. Darren had been nemesis since kindergarten. He couldn't heist to sell them out. It would have to become either let Darren give up the plan or have him on the team. He was face to face Ben and the team. One at a time, they nodded. Pitch was left. It can't hurt to have muscle head around. Darren beamed. You won't regret this. Griffin regretted it already. Chapter 17, and that's where we're gonna end today.